September 19th, 1961. Barney and I'm driving home from Montreal, saw a strange light in the sky, which changed direction, came in, started following us. In an area known as Indian Head, it came out over the highway, stopped in midair, and Barney got out with the binoculars in an attempt to identify this craft. You know, the old-fashioned straw hats that men used to wear, the flat crown and the brim, that's what it was shaped like. And then along one side, it had a big, big picture window. And it had dividers in it. And as he's looking up at it, and he could see people standing in the windows looking down at him, and the craft began to descend, and he had the feeling they were trying to kidnap him. He ran back to the car. We went speeding down the highway to avoid capture, and then later they were standing in the middle of the road blocking our way. This is what we saw when the car motor stalled out.
I see.
And they're separating and coming up towards us.
This is your view then of the UFO people from out your car window?
Right.
Okay, so I count.
This is our first view.
There's about a half dozen there.
Actually, there were 11.
Well, it's a rainy day here in the Granite State of New Hampshire. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Horror Roadside Show. Today, we're in Kingston, New Hampshire, back at the grave of Betty and Barney Hill. Now, if you remember probably about 6 months ago, I started this YouTube channel that would take off. You know, we're close to 1,000 subscribers, and that's amazing, and I appreciate that from all of you. I enjoy filming, I enjoy editing, and making content for everybody. It's soothing for me. So, that being said, I'd like to revisit my first episode, which is the grave of Betty and Barney Hill. Now, I got into a topic like their story, their background. This time, I kind of want to just spend some time at the grave and maybe try to communicate with them via EVP, or kind of mix it, you know, try to do like a paranormal investigation at their grave. Maybe they can communicate with us. We're gonna find out. That being said, guys, right here is the link to our first episode, which is about Betty and Barney Hill. Go and check that out. Leave a comment down below if you believe their story, or if you believe in UFOs, or if you have seen a UFO. We have merch. We have a Patreon. Links are in the description. Guys, please feel free to help and donate toward us. It helps us make more content and bring us to these awesome locations that we can go to and film. So that being said, let's get to it. So this is how you come in to find Betty and Barney Hill. If you type in the address, it's easily findable on Google. You can easily look it up. But what you do, so I came in through this way, you would come in, go into the cemetery, and come all the way down. See, I'm parked right here. It's literally, pretty much you can't go any further. There's a cross section in the road. And they're just right off to the right. There's Barney's grave. So come in, come all the way down, And you'll see them on the right-hand side, right over here. Let's take a look. And here they are. Now these are the plaques. I don't know what you call these, grave markers? But there's also a headstone right here for them. It's going to be very hard to read, seeing it's covered in moss and it's raining. But you can make it out. 1922, Barney Hill Jr., 1969. His wife, Eunice Barrett, 2004, which is Betty. And 1929, Janet B. Miller. I don't know who that is. 2007. Maybe their daughter. I'm not sure. I do know that Barney Hill Jr., his granddaughter, is a UFC fighter. I'll put her name and a picture of her right here. And that's her. That's Barney's granddaughter. So, a little synopsis on their story, if you're not familiar with it. Betty and Barney Hill were an interracial couple, and they were on a vacation at Niagara Falls. And they were coming back, traveling down Route 3, coming back down this way to their home, when Betty saw a light in the sky. She mentioned it to Barney. Barney thought it was just a shooting star, but the star started getting brighter and closer. So what they did was they pulled over. Barney pulled out a pair of binoculars and he glanced up. And from what my understanding is, he saw people in the spacecraft, and that they almost looked like they were wearing kind of sort of like the Nazi suits. Like I'm picturing the all black suit with like the red band around the arm. That's what I picture when I think of like a Nazi outfit. But that's what he claimed he saw. It looked like a Nazi outfit. So him being scared, he didn't want to let Betty know that he was scared. So he gets back in the car and they're driving. Well, the star is getting closer and closer and it's following them. And Betty says this. She says, "Barney, I think it's following us." And there's a very creepy session that was taking place where they were hypnotized. And there was a very creepy audio online you could find. I'm going to show it right now.
What is it? And I try to maintain control so Betty cannot tell I am scared. God, I'm scared.
It's all right. You can go right on, experience it. It will not hurt you now.
I got to get my gun.
All right. All right. That's all. Stop. Go to sleep, Steve. You forget now. You forget it now. You've forgotten. Calm now. Relax. Deeply relax.
Then they roll me over on my back, and the examiner has a long needle in his hand, and I see the needle, and it's bigger than any needle I've ever seen. And I asked him what he's going to do with it. And he said, just a simple test, it won't hurt me. And I asked him what. And he said he just wants to put it in my navel. And it's just a simple test. And I don't know it will hurt. Don't do it. Don't do it. And he said, no, it won't hurt. And he sticks a needle into my navel. And said, and I'm crying, and I tell him it's hurting, take it out. And then the leader, he goes over and he puts his hand, runs his hand in front of my eyes. And he says, I'll be all right. I won't feel it. And all the pain goes away.
That's them. That's Barney and Betty Hill, separate. They were hypnotized. And they were basically hypnotized to tell what happened to them while they were abducted on the spaceship. Now, supposedly what happened is they pulled over and the spaceship was landed and these beings came out. I think they said they looked like humans. These beings came out and dragged Barney away, and she was screaming for Barney, wake up, and he was basically under a spell. And they took him and brought him into the spaceship, and then they came for Betty. So they did some experimentation on her and him, but they couldn't really recall that much until they were hypnotized. All they remember is they woke up on the side of the road, miles away from where they were. Betty had a tear in her dress. She had some powdery substance on her dress. There was markings on the car, on the back of their car. And they can't explain what that was. And they got ridiculed a lot for their story, for coming out. I believe there was a story, but there was a book, and it was called The Interrupted Journey, which you can see is written on their grave markers. One of the crappy things about wearing glasses. Now, I use these mostly for driving, but I wear them out and about. It's better vision, but I don't technically need them, so I'm going to put them away. That being said, I'm going to break out my digital voice recorder, and I'm going to see if I can communicate with them. Let's see. Okay. Excuse if the lens looks like it has drops on it, because it does. It's raining. But this is my digital voice recorder. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to record me communicating with them, and let's see if we can hear something. Why not? And we're recording. This is Dale, and I am here at the grave of Betty and Barney Hill. And what I am going to do is I am going to place the recorder down on your marker. Now, Betty or Barney, are you here with me right now? Is there anything you would like to say? A lot of people believe you, including myself. There is a bird. No, I think that's a squirrel up in the trees there that you're hearing. Barney, can you speak to me, please? Okay, so let me stop it. And let's hit play. Maybe we got a voice. So now I'm going to play back the audio that I recorded. And let's see if we caught anything. And we're recording. This is Dale. So loud. And I am here at the grave of Betty and Barney Hill. And what I am going to do is I am going to place the recorder down on your marker. Now, Betty or Barney, are you here with me right now? Is there anything you would like to say? A lot of people believe you, including myself. There is a bird. No, I think that's a squirrel. Squirrel. Up in the trees there that you're hearing. Barney, can you speak to me, please? Can you tell me what happened to you? Betty, are you here? Not hearing anything just yet. I think I'll take up my EMF detector. In a UFO. I do. Can you tell me a little about that? All right. Just rewind that for a second. I think I caught something on the recorder. Can you tell me what happened to you? Betty, are you here? People don't believe that you were abducted in a UFO. I do. Can you tell me a little about that? Right there. People don't believe that you were abducted in a UFO. I do. Can you tell me a little about that? It says it was strange. All right. Listen. People don't believe that you were abducted. Sounds like he says it was strange. I do. Can you tell me a little about that? It was strange. Abducted in a UFO. I do. Can you tell me a little about that? It was strange. Oh my God. All right. Oh my God. Is that Barney? Let's listen one more time. People don't believe that you were abducted in a UFO. I do. Can you tell me a little about that? It was strange. Oh my God. People don't believe that you were abducted in a UFO. I do. Can you tell me a little about that? It was strange. Okay, so now I have my EMF detector. We're going to turn it on. Okay? And we're going to go place it on the grave. Let's go. All right, Barney. I just placed an EMF detector on your grave. If you show me that you can communicate with me, or if you come near this light and make it spike all the way to red, it'll let me know that you are here. Betty, you too. Thought I just heard a voice. Betty or Barney, can you make yourself known to me, please? I'm just walking around a bit, keeping my eye on this. It did light up once. Oh, there it goes. Can you do that again, please? Thank you. Thank you, Barney. Or Betty. Barney, if that was you, can you please make it spike if it was you, Barney? There's a jump. Betty, are you with him? No. Barney, is it just you? Nothing. Maybe they left. Let's try Betty's grave. Betty, this is called an EMF detector. This can let me know if you are here with us. I'm trying to communicate with you, Betty Hill, who passed away on October 17, 2004. Do you remember what happened to you? Spiking. Let me zoom in. Now guys, I am pretty far away from this, so my phone shouldn't be affecting that. Zoom in again. One more. Betty, can you recall what happened to you in 1969? Can you recall what happened to you? That strange night? Are you gone? Are you still here? Let me know you're here. Just to show you that my camera on my phone doesn't affect this. I am right up to it. Let's try standing it up. It's not going to stand. So there's a crystal right here. I'm going to place the EMF detector on the crystal. Betty or Barney, I want you to make these lights spike. Move the lights. Please. Can you move the lights for me? Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to place it on the marker right there, the stone, and see if we catch something then. My camera looks foggy. Let me try to fix that. Much better. So we have the EMF detector right here. I'm going to place it, turn it on, and place it on the headstone. So there it is right there. I'm about a good 7 feet away from it. And we're going to zoom in on that. Oh, it's spiking. Betty or Barney, can you hear me? Yes, thank you. Make it stop, please. Thank you so much. Now, when I say your name, can you make it spike so I know who I'm talking to? Is this Betty? Is it you, Barney? Again, guys, no effect from the phone that I'm recording with. One more time. Betty, is it you? Barney Hill, are you here with me? So a few crazy things. That digital voice recorder, when I asked what happened or something along those lines, it sounded like I got the voice saying it was strange. And then with the EMF detector here, it's off right now, but when you turn this on, it's not affected by my phone. You can see when I go really close to it, it just stays on the one green light, the first green light. But once in a while it would spike, which is strange because there shouldn't be any electromagnetic frequencies around here. I mean, we're in the middle of a cemetery, you know? So I'm going to try one more thing. I have these motion balls that you put And if anything even slightly touches them, like you have to physically touch them, they will light up. So I'm going to try that. Let's do it. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about right here. Now, there's a button. When I push the button, you can see the lights going off. I'm going to shut it off. Now, what I'm going to do is, when I turn it on, as soon as I turn it on, it lights up. So what I'll do, it'll light up for a second, and when I place it down, it'll shut off. Not complete, it'll be on standby. So if anything touches it, it should maybe indicate that something's with us. Let's go find out. All right, guys, so I just moved the ball up here. I felt it was in the dirt, but watch. I just touch it and it goes off. So, let's see if we catch something here. And there it goes, it's off. Barney, I just put a ball on your grave. Can you please touch it for me? Can you move the ball? And unfortunately nothing. After waiting about 20 minutes, I didn't catch anything with the ball. This person here is watching me. There's a couple people driving around. So I'm gonna pack my stuff up. I must be drawing the attention of people because, as you can see, he's been driving around a few times, as well as a white SUV. Now, they could be just here looking for somebody that they know, but he's been driving around. He was driving by, I gave him, the nod. He waved back, so it looks like he's leaving now, I think. He stopped. Yeah, he might be just visiting somebody and he was just looking for a particular grave. Or he could be the groundskeeper here. We don't know. He's doing something with his vehicle. Anyway, so between the EMF detector going off and the strange EVP that I got, and I've been here like an hour and 40 minutes now, and there was nothing else. And I recorded multiple times. Nothing else was caught except for that voice that said it was strange. Now, I'm here alone, you guys. And just to make it clear to you, I hate, and I mean hate, when people fake paranormal. I hate it. This is part reason why I set out to do what I do, to go and investigate places, because some of them seem so bull and full of crap. So Jenna and I like to go out and experience it for ourselves and prove to you guys that it does exist. It does happen. Now, does every person that claims something is haunted? No, doesn't mean that. They could have strange experiences, or they can just either be sensitive to energy, or they just don't know how to disprove some things. So this is why equipment comes in handy, to help prove that there's something that's being experienced there. Looks like all the vehicles that were here are gone. Maybe they were just checking up on me, making sure I have no ill will to this cemetery. It's a very popular cemetery because of the graves of Betty and Barney Hill. It's funny, I remember coming here, my very first video, and I'm sitting there and I'm walking around. I was so nervous to speak on camera, and I'm just pacing back and forth talking about Betty and Barney Hill, So the more videos you make, the more comfortable you get. And I just want to explain to you guys that was 6 months ago. That video didn't get many likes. If you watch it, where I put the post at the beginning, if you watch that, hit the thumbs up so I know that you watched it, and then give this video a thumbs up, like. Every time you like a video that I make or you comment, it helps the YouTube algorithm know that people are interested in my videos. So guys, that being said, thank you for watching. This is a quick video. It's raining out. There wasn't much to film in the rain. So we do have an amazing investigation coming up. I mean, amazing. Pretty much like the Murdoch Whitney mansion we went to. You're going to love this, you guys. So much will be caught. I just know it because I trust the people that tell me these things. That being said, thank you. As always, hit the like button. Comment down below If you heard anything that I didn't hear, comment if you believe in UFOs. Guys, thank you again. Let's get to 1,000 subscribers. Let's go.